Here's a little video of a full day we had in London, England using our Gate 1 travel tour. Well, we woke up to another morning at a Tower Hill hotel. We had that fantastic view of the marina. And then we went straight to our buffet breakfast, which is always delicious. They really spoil us there. And then one thing I thought was really cool in the lobby is they had umbrellas for rent because it is always raining over here in London, and we did not have great weather. It was rainy, cold, and windy. This is just a couple of the decorations they had at the hotel lobby. Then we jumped on our Gate 1 tour bus and we got a quick city tour. Well, this was just another one of our tour days with Gate 1, and today they took us on the motor coach and we got to see different parts of the city. Now you can see out of the bus window it was a little bit rainy. You can see spots on the window and it was gray and gloomy and cold, but it's still pretty exciting to be over in London. It's our first time here and it's just a lot of fun so far. It's really amazing to see all these landmarks, places you've only seen on TV and in the movies, and here you are actually over here. It's been on my bucket list to go to London. It's where my ancestors are actually from, and I'm glad I finally got to see it. Now, our first stop on the tour today was Buckingham Palace. Now, I love Gate 1 travel. I am a big cheerleader for them. But one thing that I don't like is sometimes when they drop you off to these places, you only have like 30 minutes there or 45 minutes there. So you really have to rush to get everything in. And sometimes you still can't get it in. I think we were the very last ones back on the bus because we were enjoying seeing this place and getting to take pictures everywhere. I've only seen this place on TV. I've seen the changing of the guards on TV, processionals going down the street there, but I've never seen it in person. So it's really awesome to be here. And I wish we could have seen the changing of the guards, but that just wasn't on their schedule today for us. So this is the famous Buckingham Palace in front of us. It's enclosed by gates. You actually can't go up to it on normal days, but if you stick your phone through the gate, you can actually get a really good picture of it. The gates surround the whole place, and then there's also statues and flags, and you really get that whole English experience. But like I said, it was cold. We were bundled up like Eskimos because it was windy, rainy, and cold, but I think that's part of England. We were over here in December 2024, so that must be their winter months. And we were actually able to get a lot of our cheesy touristy pictures here. We tried to smile in the pictures, but it was freezing cold. Anything you see over there with the ER, that is during the Elizabeth time frame. So I guess all in all, we had a great time with the visit. Like I said, we only got to stay there 30-45 minutes, but it was pretty cool. It's pretty fun, and another check on that bucket list. Now, while we were on our tour bus, they did tell us this was the crazy pigeon lady. She's back feeding the pigeons. She gets hundreds of pigeons around her every day, and they look forward to getting fed. We jumped back on the tour bus and they took us around. We saw some more famous sites, and then they actually took us up to Big Ben. But we only got to go across the street from Big Ben, and our view was obstructed a little bit by trees, but it didn't bother us. We still took our cheesy touristy pictures, and we tried to get some pictures of Big Ben. And then we made a quick stop to check out the Royal Albert Hall. And again, we got some more of our cheesy touristy pictures. And then on the outside of the hall, across the street, they had the Albert Memorial, which was pretty impressive. And then that was pretty much the end of the tour. So then you had the chance to go back to the hotel, or they could drop you off in the heart of the downtown and you could explore on your own. So we decided to do that. First, we got to go check out Piccadilly Square, which I had been wanting to see. It's kind of like their version of Times Square in New York. So what I wanted to do was walk around and see if we could find any souvenir shops, plus they had a lot of people to bring little trinkets to, and then I wanted some goodies for myself. So luckily, we were able to find some souvenir shops, and we bought a lot of our gifts, and then we took some more pictures. And then we just started walking down this main strip. And the first place we went to was this department store called Fortnum and Mason. It was built back in the 1700s. And we must have arrived right when it opened because this place was jam-packed. You could barely get in. It was almost like a concert crowd. It was so many people. Now this department store was probably 3 to 5 stories tall. We only made it up to the 3rd story. But down on the bottom floor, they had a sweet and chocolate little shop, and their chocolates were pretty expensive. I think they were about 6 for 10 pounds. And then they had these gift boxes that went up to like 90 pounds a box. So you have to really love chocolate to pay that much for it. And then also they had this really cool coffee department, and we did get to sample some of the different Christmas coffee, which it was a little bitter for me, but it was fun to say you got to try the fancy coffee. So again, you just wouldn't believe how jam-packed this place was. It had to be thousands of people in there while we were there. And one cool feature they had was in the very center of the store, they had like an animated Christmas display that dropped these golden pine cones. That was really cool. And they were playing music with it while they danced around. Now the chocolate and sweets department was pretty impressive to look at. They had almost every kind of chocolate you could ever think of. They had these big chocolate bears you could buy. But one thing is, this place was so busy, if you were not buying, if you were just looking, they would run you off to make room for the people that were buying. And here's a pretty colorful display of macaroons. So even though we didn't buy anything at this department store, it was really fun to see it and see the hustle and bustle of all the Christmas shoppers, and a good memory to have. So once we left this place, we did go back out to the street because our goal was to go down to Harrods. We wanted to see that place on the inside because we had heard so much about it. And I did finally get a video of one of the taxis. This is what the taxi cabs look like in London. So we did do a lot of walking that day. Every time we went down the street, we would see an alleyway that was filled with more shops, and sometimes we would duck into those and look around and definitely take pictures. There was a picture opportunity almost at every corner. Here's the Ritz Hotel. I would suggest if you do go to London to do one of these tours, you might need to train for it days in advance and get your body in shape because it is a hard walk. All the display windows on the main street were extravagant. They were beautiful. They really went all out for the holidays. We've really been blessed that every time we go on these trips, we end up meeting people. And the ladies we met this time, Patricia and Angelica, were a lot of fun to hang out with, and we enjoyed each other's company. We took a lot of pictures together. Here's a picture of the underground. We eventually use it and try it out, which we were kind of scared to try it out at first, but once you get used to it, it's pretty easy to navigate. Here's a couple more videos of the city sidewalks down in downtown London, where you can see they have put up all the Christmas lights, and then another one of the double-decker buses. I'm so fascinated by those. And then here we are finally coming up on Harrods, and I was expecting a lot because this is their most famous department store. But actually, when we walked into it, it was mainly luxury stores like Gucci and Louis Vuitton and places like that, which we really weren't interested in those. But we found out later that once we left it, we missed the main part of it, where they had the big food court that they said was beautiful, and then the Christmas shop. We didn't see any of that. We just saw the luxurious part of it, and we just weren't in that kind of frame of mind to shop there. So we didn't stay in Harrods very long, and we went back out to explore a little bit more. We saw all kinds of cute little shops and all kinds of pastry shops. If you have a sweet tooth, London is definitely the place for you, because they have these in almost every store window to entice you to come in and buy a couple. We did hit a couple more souvenir shops. We bought a couple little gifts, but it was time to try our luck on the subway, and it really wasn't that difficult. We got a little advice from some of the workers on how to do it, but all you do is tap your credit card when you want to get on the subway, and then you have to make sure you tap your credit card when you get off the subway so it knows when to charge you and how long to charge you. and we went back to our hotel, which is the Tower Hotel, right next to the Tower Bridge, and it was time for our farewell dinner with Gate 1 Travel. So we had to say goodbye to all of our nice tour mates we met along the way, and our tour guide Mike did give us this little happy gift with some candies and a little snow globe. So our group was able to have one last delicious meal together before we had to say goodbye. So we wished everyone a safe travel home, and then we went back to our room to kind of rest up from the long day. So at the end of the day, I usually like to go through my little happies I got. I did get a Big Ben little clock there, and I got a double-decker bus and taxi cab, and then I got a King Charles rubber duck, and I got a Queen Elizabeth rubber duck. And then I got a Hello Kitty dog Pez dispenser. I didn't know she had a dog. And then I got this really cool solar-powered King Charles bobblehead. And then I love this Queen Elizabeth commemorative plate I got, still in the box. And I also got a London ornament for our travel Christmas tree. So those are all the fun little goodies I got in London. Had a great fun day today. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll be finishing out our videos with all of our England trip pretty soon, and we'll have some more videos of value in my toy collection. So until the next video, we'll see you then.